Hi guys, welcome back to Card Crow. A very long overdue video, and thought I'd probably go for something pretty chill, little sort of chillax card opening. We got a couple more of these warband sets, warband packs. I did a video of them a while ago, and you know, they're not too bad looking cards, but figured just kind of do something chill. We've got our pack of Onslaught. Personal cards. And 2 champion packs. So, as I said, like last time, did a copy of these, and I figured, well, I had some more in back stock, and I thought, well, I might as well just sort of do something chill, something a little different to other card opening channels. Just, you know, people like to relax instead of being hype all the time. So we've got holographic grasping chains, howling vortex, thorns of the briar queen. I have no idea if this is stuff that we had last time. It's been quite a while ago. Briar queen, and then non-hollows of blessed banishment. I remember that one. Grasping chains, storm sire, and howling vortex. Yeah, I hope whoever's watching this is doing alright. Like I said, it's just kind of a very laid back kind of thing that I like to do. Have a bit of background noise, as it were. Just chill. Just chill. Get relaxed. Cozy up with something, cup of tea, nice book. Okay, so second one is Blessed Banishment, Storm Sire, Storm Sire's Curse Breakers, Acheron Storm Sire, Blessed Banishment again, Grasping Chains, Storm Sire, Howling Vortex. So it seems like, I don't know if I mentioned it last video, but it seems like the holographics for the Stormcast are also some of the non-hollows in the other one, and vice versa. It's not too bad. Like I remember saying before, the artwork's quite nice. I quite enjoy it. Nice fancy aspect. Obviously, like things like grasping chains. I mean, it's not in that one. It should be in that one. So the holographic really adds to the effect. They're cool. I think it was a while back when I bought them. They were something like two quid or whatever. But it was taking up space, and I thought, you know what? Let's make some content. So let's do booster pack. Obviously, we've got Age of Sigmar Champions. I don't think this card game exists anymore, or at least I don't think they've done anything more with it. I think they just kind of sell it. It's now in like bargain shops and the like. But that's fine, because I think, honestly, if you've got D&D, or sometimes I know my partner likes to buy sort of cheap Magic the Gathering cards and stuff, if they want to do like collages for their characters and stuff, like the artwork's good for anything. So we've got Cursed Strike, Grot Slashers, Insatiable Blood Reaver. Yeah, I'll have to excuse the anglement. I've not really got a proper setup for this kind of thing. Piercing Shot, Arachnarok Spider, pack of Bloodletters, Blood Sacrifice, oh that's a good one, Crypt Shield Skeletons, War cool. Flow of Chaos. Again, I really like the artwork there. You don't see enough of it properly. Blood Reaver Chieftain. You see it in the codexes. Spell Eater Curse, and finally, ooh, Gaze of Morg. That's a nice shiny holo. You do tend to see some of the artwork in like the codices. There are other card and miniature games like Underworld, Harrowdeep, Beastgrave. It's a real shame that stuff like this is only in sort of like random card packs. I'd love for them to really make maybe a book or something, kind of go through. Just put it there. It's something to, something to actually admire as opposed to having to search for it online and stuff like that. If anyone out there, oh, it's just a sticky one. Hang on. If anyone out there kind of shares the same motive of, having physical art to look at as opposed to, online is fine, is great, it's a quick resource, but sometimes I like to just buy an art book and sort of read what inspired them, what their designs were and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, here we go. Here's the Onslaught pack. So we've got Stand Together, Soul Shielded Sequitur, that's from the newer stuff, Poison Amati Thrall, Cascading Fire Cloak, sounds like a magical item for D&D, Spectral Lure, Last Ditch Strike, Gaze of Volcatrix, yep, Blood-Soaked Banner Bearer, Power of the War, Grim Portents, Frenzied Order, Bloodseeker Sanguinarch, getting better at the names now. Finally, ooh, Obsidian Amulet. I have no idea how much these things are worth. I'd probably say they're worth like 50p at this rate because there's not much of a community for these sorts of cards. And I know things like Yu-Gi-Oh, things like Pokemon, that sort of thing, is quite... It's definitely got its own, not just fan base, but its own market. Some of the card prices are... you could buy a house, or at least have enough towards maybe a mortgage or something. It's crazy. Anyway, last pack we have Bat Swarm, Strike Force Liberator, Freakish Crypt Horror, Paladin Protector, Rallying Cry, Twisting Screamer, Surprising Skulkers. It does just seem like they try to alliterate a lot of this, and I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Warcool, Watch Hunter, Pain-Induced Fury, Renewed Warlust, Warboss Recruiter, and finally Frenzied Vargeist, which is actually really cool. They seem to do the holos alright. Nothing special, but nothing terrible. Yeah, just like I said, the whole aim of these sort of videos is nothing serious, just something casual. Let's got another box. Something just kind of, just whatever, have it as lo-fi or lo-fi, background noise, if you even want to listen to some person open up cards as a background noise, but each to their own. I'm not going to bother going through these because they're the same every time, but feel free to stick around because we do have some other packs that we are going to open, as well as a mystery pack. which is quite interesting. So, don't bother with those. We'll go booster. So, how is everyone doing, or those who are watching? Bit of an odd question, but you know, it's nice to kind of feel like someone asked the question, are you okay? It's a bit, you know, it's a simple question, but not asked enough, I feel. Long Strike Raptor. Putrid Puke. Battle Glory. Deadly Chop. Furious Strike. Meat Shield Grots. I mean, that's just Grots in general, to be honest. Restoring the Forge. Serve in Death. Surprising Skulkers again. Hurricane Raptor. Grot Shaman Spider Rider. And these are quite cool, the black and white type artworks. They're a bit different. Blessed Weapons, and finally, Bone Splitter Shaman. See, that works better with the holographic. If you've got a fiery background, it really brings it out to light. You'll have to excuse me, I've not long had lunch, but speaking of fantasy, I have actually just finished God of War Ragnarok. Took me absolutely ages to get through the story and everything, on and off, on and off. I finally finished it this morning, and quite an ending. Quite an ending. I'm not going to spoil it, because depending on, you know, people have actually played it or are playing it, I don't want to spoil things, but I find it interesting that one particular character, and if you've played it, you kind of know who I'm talking about, but the minor change in their character design near the end, to me, just sort of spoke volumes for their development. I mean, their personalities, well, you could tell they've had enough. But I really am quite intrigued. I don't think they're going to make any more games, but if they do, or even if it's a web series or whatever, I would love to see sort of the continuation of that particular character's story, because my god, it's quite something. And it's just quite funny that, you know, character designs are important, always important, as you see on the cards. But they... Frenzied Warble. Invigorating Chant. Blood Feast. Starving Fleshhounds. Return of the Fallen. Sweeping Lamati Thrall. Rejoice in Slaughter. Blood Warrior Berserker. Soul Feast. Cunning Grot Shaman. Rune Marked Deathbringer. Outrageous Carnage. And, ooh, shiny Restoring the Forge. Yeah, character design is always important, I feel, regardless of what setting you are portraying. However, it's not just the silhouette test of if a character is recognisable, but I feel like what they're wearing, any charms, any accessories, clothing, that plays a big part in their story. And for this one character, just taking something away, and if you've played the first game and Ragnarok, you kind of know the reason why they have this on them. But to see that taken away and seeing everything that was underneath, and just their whole change in personality, I will admit that was cool. I liked that. It was sad what happened and what caused it, but I would love to see what happens in their future. I really would. Anyway, was that two? Oh, it must have been two champions and onslaught. Alright, let's get this out of the way. So, yeah. Overall, thoroughly enjoyable. I will say the only two gripes I ever had with it. One, can they please not keep reminding you when you're trying to do a puzzle that there is a puzzle to do and give you the solution about 5 seconds after you've encountered it, because that just... Some puzzles were tricky, I get it, but you don't need to hold my hand about halfway into the game still. If I need a bit of a prod, maybe there should be like a button prompt or something, but you know, let me figure it out for myself. And the second one, I know I played it on and off, but it was so long. I agree with some people, it should have been maybe 2 games, because sometimes the story felt like it was dragging its heels in some areas, and I get that you want to get character building, but oh god, just sometimes I thought, really, I've got to keep going, and I couldn't even tell when I was getting near the end. I thought, oh jeez, just spare me, please. Speaking of spare me, there's Stand Together, Azerite Halo, Fuel the Gravetide, Balefire Corpse Cart, that's a cool set actually, Tactical Removal, Haunting Chain Rasp Horde, Razor Shell Harpoon Alapex, Pylon, Grasp from the Grave, good for Necromancer, D&D kind of spells, Blood Knight Stellan, Soul Manipulation, oh that's cool, that's funky that is, I like that. Evocator Prime, it looks like, what's that Lord of the Rings dwarf in The Hobbit? With the big white hair. It looks like him in a giant suit of armour. And people are going to hate me because I don't remember his name. But I know he was in the Hobbit films. I have not finished the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy at the moment. And Costly Ritual, ooh, I like that. That is some nice artwork. A bit of a fan of the Grim and Macabre. Just ask anyone who plays my Wrath and Glory campaign. You want to know what emotional trauma looks like? Join in on that, because my players sure do. So, funny thing is, there's 2 more packs and our mystery pack, which isn't Warhammer, so, you know, worth sticking around for, I suppose. So, this was quite... You get a lot of cards for your pack. So, Searing Firestorm. Ooh, Zombie Dragon. Nice, like. Meteor Grops. Grave Call. Unholy Vitality. Got to get your vitamins somehow. Auroch Scrappers. Searing Light. Charging Black Knight. Glory of War. Vorus Starstrike, I think that's a named character. Yeah, Champion and Warrior. Spirit Torment. Divine Blast. And lastly, Scatter the Forces. Because someone's firing their laser. Oh god, anyone... Oh, okay. Booster cards, scan and share for digital boosters, okay. I don't think anyone's really going to care about that. I think I just dated my age with that meme. God, firing my laser. Does anyone ever remember that? Well, unless you're my age, and then yes. It was back when the internet was still a tiny baby. And if you wanted to use the internet, you had to get off the phone. I'm not joking. It also sounded like when you boot up your internet, it emitted noise that sounded like it was going to explode. Or it sounded like, you know, they tried to censor up a droid speaking or something. So, last booster pack, we've got Grimghast Reavers, Murderous Vargeist, Invigorating Chant, Comet Strike, when you've got a party of wizards and all they want to do is cast Fireball, Feasting Vargeist, Grave Call, Brutal Smash, Hungry Felvats, Skeletal Icon Bearer, Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead, Bony Boy, Hell Knight, as opposed to Hell Nah, Zinch's Fortune, I wouldn't trust that for anything, and lastly, Scorn of Sorcery. Now that's kind of cool. It looks like a blood, yeah, that's a bloodletter, but Bloodthirster, not bloodletter. Bloodthirster. Kind of thing like Angron is in the 40k universe, yada yada yada. I suppose that's a question for people who are interested. What do you think of tabletop games? That can be Warhammer, Frostgrave. It could be a skirmish game. It could be a war game. You know, anything basically you play on a tabletop that has models. And, you know, I mean, hell, I'll even include Zombicide. Games like that, you need a table, you have models for it, and you play it. What are people's thoughts on it? Because things like skirmish games like, well, Games Workshop to name one, Warcry, Underworlds, Necromunda, 40k in a way, you know, Kill Team, so many, a lot of rules, I honestly can't get on board with it. I've tried 40k a couple of times, always found it too confusing. Necromunda is my bread and butter. I enjoy that, even though, again, can't get all the rules. Playing House Caudal, yep. But yeah, what do you guys think of it? It's a bit different, isn't it? Also, from Mystery Pack, my partner managed to find one of these for me online. The Yu-Gi-Oh official card game Prismatic Art Collection. When I picked this back up, I honestly thought it was Maze of Memories before it came to the UK and got localised, because it has the same, or at least a similar look, but it's not. It's probably similar vein, but you've got Red Eyes, Black Dragon, what can I remember? Oh, IP Masquerena, or Masquerade, Macarena. Karibo. Oh no, sorry, that's not Karibo. That's, what was it? Ghost in the Walls. Can't remember what it's called. There's not Karibo as such. It's just a recolor. Anyway, yeah. So it doesn't say necessarily how many cards are in it, or at least it does, and I can't read it. But let's have a little look. Let's just get it open. There we go. We're getting somewhere. There we are. Got it. I was thinking of. I do love how like the Yu-Gi-Oh things at the bottom. I was thinking of getting some random card packs if I was going to be doing this a bit more frequently. So, different types of card games and stuff, just to kind of throw in at the end or in the middle or something to break it up. But I just do this for fun. I don't really see anything going on. So, it looks like, oh, it's Prismatic Rarity. Okay, cool. I think that might be Code Detalker maybe, or Decoder. I can't remember. A woman who seems to have shot Batman's grappling hook and gravely misunderstood. Ooh, okay, this looks cool. Shiny. Maybe an Oni? I don't know. I'm terrible with these. And lastly, looks like Utopia Shield. And I can't read what it says because I don't understand. But it's cool anyway. So, yeah. So 2 shinies, 2 prismatics. Oh, move it up a bit. They look quite cool. Neat. Anyway, I don't know how long this is going to be, but you know, if you manage to join and have a listen, then first off, my apologies. You could probably be spending your time doing something much better, but if you did manage to stick around, I appreciate it, and maybe I'll make another one of these soon. I've got a few Warhammer decks that we can probably go through and see what cards they've got in them, but again, this is just for fun, just a kind of a chill background noise thing, and yeah, I guess if there's a next one, I'll see you in the next one, and if not, then well, just enjoy yourself and be alright. You know, the world's a bit scary at the moment, but if you can at least look up and to the future and set yourself some goals, get things rolling, you know, if you can get from day to day, you know, that's the main thing, isn't it? So to whoever's watching this, I hope you're doing all right, and if you're not, you know, I just hope that whatever's affecting you doesn't last for much longer, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you. So for now, this will be me signing off.